Hey YouTube, what's going on guys? More Mr. Eternal. Well, I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. Oh, hold on just a moment. Well, a couple friends of mine know me as kind of like the comedian of the bunch, so they wanted me to kind of go through and give my personal opinions and thoughts about certain, exotic weapons. So, I'm gonna pick five and I'm gonna give my personal. I'm gonna pick like about 5 or 10. But just a moment. All right. So we're just gonna go from collections. We're gonna start with the kinetic side. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna start with kinetic side. Okay. I see my first victim. It's a minigun. Just come out and say it. It's a minigun. Increased accuracy when firing from the hip. You don't aim it. Okay? Alright. I mean, what crackpot thought this was a good idea? It's Soros. Like, right. We produce some high quality auto rifles already. And some high quality scout rifles. So we're gonna make a minigun. That'll put us on the market. That'll put our name out there too. Well, newsflash. Not only did it put your name out there, it also really confused me because this thing has to be spun up before it can actually go full force. Because when you spin this thing up and it gets going full, and this thing is going full throttle, yeah, it's a bullet hose. It makes you wonder how the board meeting for this went. You think they were sitting there just like, we need another weapon to produce. There's probably that one, genius back there like, see those 6 rifles? Make them into one. Make a minigun out of it. And the CEO's probably like, Bill, you're a genius. Let's do it. You think that's what happened, or you think some psycho there at Soros was just like, right, we're just going to mass produce a minigun. There you go. All right. Next victim. This honestly looks like something Dr. Frankenstein would have in his lab for personal defense. This looks like what happens when Dr. Frankenstein gets bored after he's not creating monsters. Or this looks like the work of some genius in a scrapyard like, I'm building me a rifle. And just to confuse people, I'm going to give it 4 barrels and make it fire from all 4 at the same time. This has ATF violation written all over it. Everything about this gun just screams bad idea. Everything about this gun just screams no, no. I know here, it even has a catalyst. That's funny, when you activate the catalyst, you slap the gun. The outbreak, you thought you were safe. Nope. This weapon right here always kind of makes me chuckle a little bit because it's like, as Guardians, we go through and we destroy shit so viciously and so violently without batting an eye. And we turn around and just use something that killed Iron Lords as a weapon. We went through an entire DLC that says this is a bad idea. Even then, when we were making this thing, it's like, this is still a bad idea, but let's do it anyway. Oh, on top of that, when you get a kill with this thing, a precision kill, it releases nanites that seek out other enemies. Did we not learn anything from Rise of Iron here? Or is history going to repeat itself again? Oh boy. It's a Nagi's burden. As I'm getting contacting Destiny 2 servers. This amalgamation of what is supposed to be a sniper rifle I guess was a result of a sniper getting mad that his shots weren't killing. So he's like, you know what, fine. Made a couple tweaks. Right. Now I'm going to be able to hit a button and have one super shot. As if the 4 weren't deadly enough. You had to go through and make it to where it gives a giant middle finger to whatever you shoot with it. Only thing I can say about this gun right here is how to give any D1 player, any veteran D1 player, and veteran D1 Crucible player PTSD. Oh, here. As if that wasn't enough, some whack job decided to do this. Anyone see where this is going to go really bad? I see everything about that going to be bad. Yep. Oh, you know I'm going to do it. I did my review. Now I'm going to give my opinions and thoughts on it. I remember this gun from D1. Okay. In D1, it had a perk called Holding Aces, where whenever you fired it, you had a chance of getting a basically luck in the chamber shot for 3 rounds. Now, with this thing, you build up what's called Paracausal Shot. When you fire off that Paracausal Shot, the gun screeches like a hawk. I'm sorry. Coming from someone who's actually shot a big bore revolver, the only thing that was screeching was me trying to avoid the gun coming back and hitting me in the face. Oh. Here you go. As if grenade launchers aren't already, nasty enough. How about we just make one that shoots a blob of taken energy? When you pick this thing up and you pick up your ammunition for it, I think they thought it through a little bit, because it's like you're firing globs of taken energy, I guess. I mean, nothing about that just screams bad idea, right? Right? Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, y'all know it. Y'all know it. This is Red Dead Redemption meets Destiny. Yes, I said it. Red Dead Redemption meets Destiny. You are carrying a lever action rifle and you are doming high with it. And to be honest, it is a lot of fun. Y'all can hate me for that. I'm sorry, but this thing is actually really fun. It's actually got me better at sniping a little bit, and it's actually got me a little bit better with scouts. There you go. Here we go. Okay. I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm just going to mute myself, and I'm just going to leave this up here for a second. All right. I'm sure I'll probably figure out what I was going to say about it, but this is not a fusion rifle. This is a weaponized toaster. This is what happens when a chef gets pissed off and wants to shoot flaming bagels at someone. Okay? My first experience with this gun, I was going through Curse of Osiris. Didn't think anything about it. Didn't know what it was. Didn't know what a Jotun was. I called it the Jotun for the longest time. Okay, does that tell you anything? Now, alright. Friend of mine. Really nice guy, really swell dude, Jimmy Jinx 5. One of the nicest people I've ever met. If it was for him, I would not be here doing this today. He had one of these. I didn't know about it. I didn't know what it was. We come across this temporally shielded Minotaur thing, giant immune, F you shield. I tell him, crap, Jimmy, get back, giant Minotaur. As I figured out how to break a shield, I see a fireball go whizzing past the side of my head. That Minotaur drops dead, And all I hear is this. He thought. I'm sitting there completely confused. I look back and this thing. It's literally there, just like, hi, how's it going? I'm a toaster. I'm not a fusion rifle, I'm a toaster. I'm sitting there left wondering, what? And he's like, that, my friend, is a Jotun. This is a flaming hellspawn of a toaster. As if Thorn wasn't bad enough, it got drunk, had a one-night stand with Trade-Eagle, and come up with this. Yeah. You're reading that perk right. All I'm going to say about this right here is this gun is the single biggest letdown I have ever encountered in this game. I did 34 runs of Crown of Sorrow. Okay? 34 runs. I got this about my 24th run, and I was so excited because I was like, yeah, I got the Teraba. I took it out, and then I realized why it was named that, because it is terrible. Great idea on paper, execution was horrible. Alright. This behemoth of a hand cannon is a proper hand cannon. All those others are big bore revolvers. This is a handheld artillery piece. Okay. Just let me story time. I took it out, tried it out. I wasn't expecting much. I found a fallen captain with a shield, so I was like, okay, barriers should pierce a shield. I was not expecting the captain to lose his head through the shield. I take aim, I line up, I nail that captain right between all four eyes, pop his head off, and I'm sitting there just like, okay, put you back in my holster there, Satan. You're going right back there. Yep, nope, you're going right back there. My next victim. I'm just gonna let this speak for itself. If y'all wonder what's here, by the way, I'm just sitting back in my bed. I got a messed up knee. I'm just trying to get comfortable. I'm just gonna let this right here speak for itself, okay? I don't need to say anything. I'm just gonna let this speak for itself. Okay? Here. Collapse victims into void transmutation spheres. In summary, point beam, turn enemy into purple ball. You can take purple ball, smack the crap out of enemies, slam it into the ground and kill a bunch of them, or you can block and deflect shots. What? Alright. Devil's Ruin. Oh yeah. Y'all know I was going there. As it's affectionately known as 500 voices, or about 150 voices. Okay? Because, oh, here, let's make an exotic sidearm. Right, let's attach a fucking laser to it. I'm sorry, but if you have an unstoppable champion that's coming up on you, have bigger problems than, you should really think about, your choices you've made up to that point and, better ways to deal with them instead of, pulling out a sidearm that also doubles as a fucking death ray. But I ain't gonna say too much bad about it because this little guy here is actually a lot of fun, especially on Solar Bird, because it's like nobody expects a sidearm to turn into a laser, into a death ray. Now, I get what they're going for. They were, basing it off of a Tommy gun. Which, not bad. I like the concept. But it rewards you for not ADSing. By not cooking yourself like a Thanksgiving turkey. I'm sorry, let's think about this for a second. I use auto rifles a lot. You guys know this. I use auto rifles. I ADS a lot. This is going to be a hard pass because of the simple fact of I force myself to ADS. I force myself to try to get, precision hits. But yet, I still miss sometimes. I do not want to be cooked like a Thanksgiving turkey. Okay? Does that really say a lot right there? After I empty the magazine of this thing, I always want to say, "Keep the change, you filthy animal." Bonus points if you know where that line comes from. Now, on top of that, somebody told me, "Oh, run a warlock with Well of Radiance. You won't burn to death." Okay. If I wanted a weapon that rewarded me for not ADSing, I would use one that forces me not to, aka Heir Apparent. Speaking of which, come to my favorite section, the power weapons. Now, I am going to say this now. This video is completely satire. It's completely, comedy purposes. It's for a laugh. This is, things I thought whenever I first saw them. Okay? This is all my personal opinion and, just trying to do something to make people laugh. Because that's what I personally enjoy doing. Entertaining people and having fun. Now, as I refill my tank here, I see the first one on the chopping block. Fires a massive heavy bolt. Okay. Let's rephrase that. Fires a harpoon. This is not a bow and arrow. This is a harpoon launcher. You're basically launching either a harpoon or a spear at this point. I don't care what you want to call it, but that is not an arrow. That's a spear. You're launching a spear. And, okay. Cool concept. Good idea, but this is not a bow. This is a harpoon. This is a spear launcher. Some psycho decided to take this and they're like, holds up a regular arrow, like, oh, not big enough. Gets a spear. Perfect. On top of that, when you use this thing, you actually pull the string back and then the hydraulics kick in and you actually yank that thing back. And it's like, that thing's going to go far. Just saying. Okay. I'll get to you in a moment. Why does it have to have, 12 googly eyes on it? I get the name, but why does it have to have the eyeballs on it? That's the creepiest part of this whole thing. And here you go. For those who don't know, imagine Truth Light tracking and Gallahorn volley launching. This is like a cross between Wardcliffe Coil and Truth. If Wardcliffe Coil and Truth got drunk, had a one-night stand, this would have been its abomination love child thing. Okay. Speaking of exotics that are, I have no idea what's going on here. Oh yeah. Y'all knew it was coming. Okay, I'm not gonna close the menu and just show the weapon. I'm gonna leave that right there for a second, because I want you to think about this. It has the impact of a sniper, the range of a scout rifle, the magazine also of a scout rifle, the firing rate of a grenade launcher, and no crit damage. But it's classified as an LMG. It identifies as an LMG, but it's really an identity crisis. Somewhere there's a ship missing one of its rocket pods. Here. That's all I'm saying. Just here. It's right here. Some genius thought I'd be smart to take it and be like, hey, I can make this into a shoulder-mounted weapon that a single person can use and not blow themselves up or put themselves backwards into a wall. This is the kind of weapon that you look in area and like, you see everything here? I don't want to see it anymore. Oh yeah, I'm going there. This is what Devil's Ruin wants to be when it grows up. The fact that even in the perk description it says it fires a continuous beam of death. This nightmarish, bony thing is a fusion rifle. Okay. I'm just going to say this right now. Solar Singe, heavyweight, boss leader. Okay? And yes, you will blow yourself up at least once or twice using this gun. I know from personal experience. Y'all can't see it, but I'm raising my hand. It's like, I know from personal experience. Especially when somebody walks in front of you as you go to fire it. And the creepiest part is that those fins move. Come think about it, I don't even see a trigger on this thing. It's like, how do you fire it? Do you just like say, all right, go on, do your thing here. You're supposed to, fire a continuous beam of death, or do you just like gently, do you like tickle its chin or something, make it, want to fire? I don't know here. Somebody give me some clues. I don't see a trigger. Speaking of unusual weapons. When the designers are coming up with this and they had their meeting about, the ammunition type, they're like, oh, we can make it fire standard grenades. Okay. What genius decided, hey, I don't like that idea. We're going to make it fire in grenades that run along the ground and chase its enemies. And chase the user's enemies. What deranged lunatic come up with that? Because, to be quite honest, one, it's hysterical. Two, every time I see those little things skittering across the ground, all I could think of is Zoidberg from Futurama running away from something sideways, like a crab does. I know what you're thinking. Yes, Zoidberg's a crab. We get it. And I probably just ruined it for every colony user out there. And what anime did you come from? Before I touch this one, I gotta go back one. Here we go. Skyburner's Oath. Okay. I find great sadistic joy in using this against the Cabal because, dying to these things kind of irritates me a little bit, but at the same time, using it is just that such sweet taste of revenge, and I love it. And on top of that, it's like, you're really going to give us Cabal weaponry when we're fighting Cabal. I enjoy using this because it's like, it's basically saying to the Cabal, how do you like it? How do you like it? You don't like it, do you? It hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, that's how do you think we feel? Yeah. Now, as if Skyburners wasn't bad enough, and yes, I am going to tear apart my personal favorite weapon. As if Skyburners wasn't bad enough, you give us the minigun a Colossus uses. Nothing could go wrong with that, right? Oh, other than the fact that when you spin it up, you get a arc overshield called Armor of the Colossus. Okay. Right, we're gonna give this to Guardians who already have a shield on top of, their normal, their normal life expectancy, which is never fucking dying. But we're going to give them the shield to make them a walking tank. It's all fun and games till some jackass breaks out the gun from an A-10 Warthog. Now, I have friends who really enjoy Warhammer 40k. This gun, to them, they call, I think it's the assault cannon or something. It's a giant Gatling gun. I was doing Leviathan once, and I was like, this race actually going pretty smooth. Having fun here, digging it. And somebody pops off. That's easy for someone to say with a portable A10 gun strapped to their arm. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what? And then I look down and see the heavy that I was using, because I wanted to bully the Cabal for a change. Now, just so you guys are aware, those of you who don't know what this gun is, 900 rounds a minute. And when this thing goes nuts, it goes bonkers. And it can only be fired after it's spun up, so yeah. It's like a 200 round magazine, and it's gone. And it's like, oh, ADSing, forget it. You ain't doing that. Who needs it? Y'all can't see it right now, but I'm face palming. The amount of puns that have stemmed from using this rocket launcher. I can make an hour and a half long video. The amount of stupid stuff that can come from using this as well. I can make another hour-long video. I guess you can say truth really does hurt. I know, here. You don't even have to hit your target. It's basically got airburst munitions. Oh. This perk basically just says, close enough. Now, let me reiterate my point from earlier. This is all satire. This is all comedy. Okay? This is not me dissing the weapons. This is purely satire. This is purely, for laughs. I see my next victim. Or, next contestant here. As if shotguns weren't powerful enough. Then they come with this behemoth. Okay. Fires blast of high damage arc energy. This is the shotgun you take duck hunting when you want to hit the entire flock at once. This is Destiny 2's equivalent of a punt gun. Those of you who don't know what a punt gun is, pause the video. Yep. I'm gonna give you a second to pause it. Go up to the little YouTube bar. I'll tell you when to pause it. But when you do, go up to that little search bar, type in punt gun. P-U-N-T, like punting a football. This is the Destiny 2 equivalent. Now, pause, go look up punt gun, watch it, then come back. Okay, you're back. Great. Let's keep going. Oh, here you go. Right. As if, to say, oh, here are my enemies. I'm going to get right up in their face, shove this in their gut, and take out about 10 at once. This is what happens when Tex Mechanica decides to make a grenade launcher that looks like a Tommy gun, and it's just right. It's like, right. That'll work. Here you go. The exotic perk, excavation. Nothing bad at all can come out of that, right? Right? Uh-huh. Until you get in a raid and someone throws a raid banner up into the next galaxy. I'm sure somewhere in the solar system, floating around as we're going into another planet or something, you'll probably come across a few raid banners that some Ding Dong has decided, hey, I'm going to be funny and throw it into orbit. Or plant it upside down and decide, oh, hey, there it goes. Yep, that didn't work. Okay. This thing. Rasputin must have been rather perturbed when he come up with this thing. Because, I'm going to tell you all the story. In Destiny 1, alright, as I'm grabbing my box of Pocky here, yes, I love Pocky. This gun was an available exotic in the Taken King DLC. Great gun. Absolute monster. It had many names. The Death Ray, Sleeper, Simulant. Sleeper Simulant. The Red Laser of Death. The X6 delete button. Oh, let's see what else. The FU beam. Got it. There you go. Now, when I got mine, I got it fully upgraded. I was so happy I took it out and tried it out. It had a perk called Activate Aquilos. Let me explain to y'all what Activate Aquilos does. Just so you guys are aware. The perk allows it to ricochet off of hard surfaces. Alright? Okay. The perk allows it to ricochet off of hard surfaces. Guess what else is a hard surface? Cabal Phalanx shields. Cabal Phalanx planted his shield to shoot at me as I proceeded to fire the beam. As I suddenly learned, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. He dropped his shield. The beam bounced off, come back and hit my Titan right square in the face. If that Phalanx could have laughed, he would have been rolling to this day. Now, don't even try to get me to pronounce that intrinsic trait perk thing there, because, yeah, y'all got me on that one. Okay. What's about it? I'm going to give you a fun fact. I love Pocky. Chocolate, cookies and cream, or the almond crunch. Only thing is, though, I can't get it open. Now, I've seen this gun used to great effect multiple times over, and I've seen it also used to rather hilarious effects. As I am proceeding to search for my next one, and I did that. I'm just gonna let you guys just take a look at that one. And yes, I did a review on it. I actually had fun and I enjoyed it. Alright, now that you guys have had a chance to look at it and kind of, understand it, tell me why this bow looks like a broken window frame. I actually encountered this bow in Iron Banner once. I actually thought a guy was hacking using aimbot because there's no way in hell a bow and arrow could hit me like that. Then I realized what it was, and it's like aimbot and a bow. They should have just called this thing FU. But I can't get over the fact of why it looks like a freaking window frame. I had a friend of mine point this out to me, that it looks like a window frame. And I can't unsee it. I cannot. I'm sorry, I can't. It is literally just that. I cannot unsee it. Now, the fact that the arrows track is one thing. I wonder how they got... I wonder the genius designer who come up with the arrows for this thing. I wonder how they're sitting there trying to get it to work, and it's like, it'll figure itself out in flight. Hang on. So yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this here because otherwise I can go make hours worth of content just doing this. Anyway, guys, if y'all had a good chuckle at this, by all means, to like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep in mind, this is all satire. This is all comedy. This is all for a laugh. Okay. If you know someone who uses one of these religiously and that's like all they use, give them a quick jab. Send them this. Give them a quick jab. Okay? This is a little quick, friendly jab. Nothing I say is meant to be taken as like, oh, I don't like the exotics. I think they're really unique weapons in their own special way. But there's some that are just a bit strange. And some that are very useful. But anyway, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you guys enjoyed this, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe out there. God bless you, and y'all have a wonderful day.